Let me loosen this stuff out the way. Get y'all over here. We'll do a little. Let me turn this pan a little low because I do need to be hot. We're gonna learn some things today. We're gonna learn a few things today. Okay, just a few things. Nothing too much. Okay, we're gonna do some cleaning and let my area out because I came down and the kitchen was a mess. I hadn't come down any yesterday. Nor the day before. Okay. So, you know, I have a family here and a grandson here and came down. The sink had some dishes in it. And some, I rinse, what I call rinsing, right? What I'm doing is kind of just rinsing some things off. I'm going to use this in a minute. So we're going to wash this actually. Get that to the side. Okay. Let that do its thing. We're not going to really use this, but I don't want to put it in the dishwasher. So I do have a question because I wondered, you know, when I start thinking and I let the internet drama go away, I start thinking to myself, why won't they let me be a grandmother? Why? Like, they want to turn me into all kinds of things. You want to turn me into your aunties. You want to turn me into your mothers, and some of you want to turn me into your grandmother, but when I become your grandmother, it's still on some weird kind of stuff, you know? Because those of you who want me to be your grandmothers, you're older than my sons. That means it would be more, it make more sense if I became like your mother, right? Even your aunties, but no. So I'm okay with being some aunties to some people, but even with those people, there's a level of respect, and some people don't know what respect is. Their respect is a little different, but even the harshest of those, right, who we understand, like I have an understanding of people when I sit with them and have conversation, right? And I learned to give those people respect. I give their lifestyle the respect that, you know, that I want them to give my lifestyle. You know what I mean? Like, I'm not here to judge until they decide to judge. And then so if you want to judge me, then I only see it befitting to, since you comparing me to you to me, that I do the same. That's the only time I do it, right? Now, what I noticed here on this YouTube shit is that a lot of people are fake, but I understand it. I understand it, right? Because we are on a fake app. Like even though we're living our lives, and some of y'all living your lives in the image of fakery, right? I don't do that. You know, I actually have a real life. I'm never making up stories about how elaborate my life is. And I have no problem coming into my kitchen. You know what I mean? And I don't have marble counters. You know what I mean? My cabinets are probably older than some of you that's in this house. You see? I mean, I guess I could not show it and lie about it, or I could move into an apartment where they offer marble marble counters and updated cabinets and things like that. I would end up going into a smaller space, and you know, I wouldn't be able to do things the way I do, and it would cost a whole lot more, in my opinion, for what I have here, the space that I have, the setup that I have, you know. But anyway, and I don't have the money, baby. I don't have the money. Listen, I like to I like to live within my means, if that makes sense. I know that don't make sense to some people. It only makes sense to those who are forced to live in your means. But even, like, I want to live in my means so I can have a good life. You know, as good as the life I can afford. You know? People don't realize that time is more than money. Your time, living your life. And so time is valuable. But people, when you hear that, you assume that that means, hey, I'm a work and work and work and work, and they gonna give me as much as they want to give me for my time, and I'm just gonna make that money. And I'm like, nothing's wrong with that, because that's what we need to do, right, to live. But you know, we are buying things that we don't really need, and when they get taken from you, you don't have it no more. How are the memories of driving in a car that you can only afford for 2 years before they repoed it? How is that? How is that? I want to know, like, when you talk about what you used to have, but you no longer have it, you didn't even have it that long, and then if you calculate the money you spent just to stunt on your neighbors, baby, just to stunt on your neighbors. But I'm not here to talk about that. I'm here to talk about why won't they let me be a grandmother? Why won't they let me be a grandmother? We have the men who constantly want to sexualize me. They'll call me their auntie. And then as soon as they get a chance, they start claiming that I want them. Okay? And so, see, anybody who I figure is my family, including my husband, I want what's best for them. I want them to have the best life they can have. And so I wouldn't be trying to take something from them. And so if I had a nephew that I really care about, there's no way I would be jealous of any woman that comes around him. There's no way I would be judging the women who come. They're like, that sounds like some mentally ill, overly sexualized thinking. But we do know that most of these men on here are overly sexualized. Everything they think about is connected to sex. Everything. Absolutely everything. Even when they think about you in the kitchen cooking, they want to talk about your booty. They want to talk about this. They want to talk about that. Right? Anyway. That's why it was easy for me to make money, right? It was easy for me to make money. You know, it was easy for me to be in my kitchen. And because I have a big butt, all I had to do was walk around the house cleaning. And I'm telling you, there was a lot of men watching. If I actually turn the camera around now and just walk through cooking and cleaning, you will see the men who would then start piling up just to watch. Some of them will be there making negative comments, and yet they won't leave the area because they're intrigued. And then there'll be the ones who make nice comments, which I wouldn't have a problem with. But I just wonder, I'm talking about our community. I'm not talking about nobody else's community. I'm talking about the men in this space. I'm talking about the ones who are, when they got a lie on you, they start talking about shit like I want them. They can't prove none of that. None of y'all ever seen anything like that. And I'm not really even concerned about that, right? But the jealous, and the money he keeps throwing. I could show you machines in this house that little nigga he don't make enough money in a week to afford it. And so he claims he could take care of me. I think Mr. Baum does a great job. You know, Mr. Baum does a great job taking care of me, and I take care of him. And I don't understand. I don't understand how I have a niece who wants to be my niece, right? And start talking about she love me, and I don't even know what the hell that means. And then accuse me of being sexually into her, with her one night on the phone, falling asleep together. I don't understand that one at all. I don't understand that shit right there. I feel highly offended by that shit right there. I'm not offended about women being attracted to me. Women have been attracted to me, yes. Women and men. Right? Throughout my entire life. Throughout my entire life. Men and women have been attracted to me. I've never been sexually attracted to a woman before. And you know what I mean? And I don't consider that negative, but to lie and make it seem like I was actively on the phone with her until she was falling asleep. Lord have mercy. She said we had a night. We had a night where we was on the phone and we fell asleep together or some shit like that. I'm thinking last time I fell asleep on the phone with anybody, it was my husband before we got married. I may have fallen asleep with him on the phone while we was married too. Like if I went somewhere and, you know, we talked that night. But not really. That was some shit when we was young. When we was dating. And he would call me when he was getting in bed to say good night, and then we would stay on the phone. And then I couldn't hang up on him. You know why? Because he called me. For some reason, I couldn't hang up. That's how I used to be. It was long distance. I think it was a scam. Because he called me, I couldn't hang up on him. Even if I put the receiver down and left it down, and when I picked it up, he was snoring on the other end. You know, that was a long time ago. Okay, y'all, I'm making some hamburgers, and I'm going to show y'all how to make your hamburgers so you don't have to go buy them, okay? And I'm going to show you how to make specialty burgers, okay? Whether you make the patties yourself, okay? So these patties, wait, I got to wash my hands. I'm sorry, hold up. Is the hand soap in here? Let me go. I usually have some in the bathroom and in the kitchen, hold up. Okay, wash my hands. Okay. Now, normally I would be showing y'all how to make these patties from ground beef, but these patties were already made by me. Okay, I made them and I stored them in the freezer. Okay, so that way you don't have to always be making your patties. Okay, you can make them in a day, make a lump sum of them, and then freeze them. And so that's what uh-oh. I don't need that soapy water because I'm going to need this, okay? So let's move this out the way. And let's go over here. We don't need the sink anymore. Not right now anyway. Okay. So I can show y'all, you take some parchment paper, which I have, let me see, wax paper. You can even use parchment paper. And I wouldn't use aluminum foil, but if you have no choice, use some parchment paper, right? And you put them, I'm going to show you what to do. I'm going to just show you a little piece, okay? Because I don't want to waste my money. You understand what I'm saying? I will make it larger, of course. Right? Depending on the size. And you will quarter this piece of paper. Okay? It will be larger than this, of course. But not really for these. Because I can either take a scissors, which I usually have in the kitchen. It's in that drawer over there. But I'm not going to cut this because I'm going to save this. But you would cut this way, and you cut this way. And then when you make your patties the size you want, I do have a patty maker. To one of the drawers where I just put the meat in. I have a video showing you how I did that. And I make my perfect patties, and they'll be the perfect size. Look, you just need a little piece of paper. Look at that. Parchment paper. And what does that do? It helps them not stick to each other. Make it a little easier for you to separate them. Okay? But these are frozen. So I'm going to run a little water over them. Not hot water. Okay? Let me do that real quick. I'm trying to... I need to get them separated. And the reason they... Because I don't have enough paper in there. I made them too small. Okay? And you could tell that this is fresh meat. You could look at it. Okay? If it was those patties, like I do have some patties that I bought in a box. Ah, come on. Let me... I need 4 of these. I actually need 3, but so what I'm going to do is I'm going to put them, give me a second, I'm going to put them somewhere really quick and throw them out. I can also put them in the microwave. Don't put them in the microwave, okay? Don't put them in there unless you press for time. Don't do it. I can also put them on the burner, right? And they'll start cooking the 2, right? I can have this one cooking and this one cooking, and by the time the steam and everything come up, those will come on. But I'm not gonna do that. Let me get me a plate. I'm gonna get a... Okay. And now I'm gonna show you how to make some specialty burgers. Okay, 2 ways. I'm gonna give you some options. Now the reason I say this is because right now everything is expensive. And by the time you bought a burger from like, I don't even want to mention no McDonald's or Burger King, to be honest. I don't know what that meat is. Okay? I don't know what that is. Let me grab me, what did I do with the spatula? Didn't I wash it? What did I do with it? Did I put it in the dishwasher? I did put it in the dishwasher after I washed it and I put it in the dishwasher. Sometimes this helps. Okay. I just got to separate these. I always have problems. Hubby is the one who put them in the freezer. Okay. Oh, y'all didn't see me do that, huh? Hubby put them in the freezer. I wouldn't have put them on top of each other unless I had to, right? But I didn't have enough of them. I think I only had like, I don't know, 2, 4, 6, 8, maybe 10 or 12. I would have been able to put them in that bag. I would have put them in a little stagger. You know what I mean? So you see what I did? I put it in between. And that paper is what helps me separate them. Okay? Now I have I think when y'all first came in, y'all did see the skillet. And the skillet is on. It is a cast iron skillet. Okay? Now I'm going to show you how to make the best burger. Even if you bought that cheap meat. Okay? Let me show you those. I got some of those too. What that? Now, so you will be wait. Let's get you back over here. Let's get you back, cause even the cheap meat can still taste good. Okay. Now see this right here. This is that thing that you buy, and see this don't look like these, cause these are frozen and these are frozen, and these still look like the fresh meat that I made them from. And I don't know what the hell is this meat, but meat is meat. And to be honest, I done ate deer meat, I done ate rabbit meat, I done ate alligator, frog legs, chicken, you know. So I don't know. I've even eaten dog. Had dog, okay? And so it's not really what the meat is, okay? It might be more about how you cook it, okay? Okay. Okay, it's about how you cook it. It's about how you cook it. So we're gonna make what we call, what y'all may get from like a big burger company, right? Or what you might even get from like Texas Roadhouse, maybe. I don't even want to count no burger from Applebee's, but even the Applebee's burger is more significant than McDonald's. Not too much more though, not too much more. Red Robin got some juicy burgers, okay? So let's say you have a bourbon burger with cheese and bacon. A bacon, no, how would I name it? A bourbon bacon burger. Bourbon bacon burger, yeah. From like Applebee's, okay? And that's what we're gonna make. We're gonna make something similar to that, okay? We're gonna make something similar to that. And I'm gonna tell you what you're gonna use, okay? So, let me see what kind of flavors I want. Okay, so the thing about bourbon, we don't really drink alcohol like bourbon, but it's not about it being actual bourbon. It's about the flavor. And so there's the ways to make that bourbon flavor. Okay. If you really want bourbon flavor, but y'all don't even know, the burgers don't really have bourbon flavor. It's just, what it's saying is that it's like a, yeah, they don't not really putting bourbon actually in it, but just something that could give it that taste, a wooden taste. Okay, bourbon, when you make wine or liquor, right? They make wine. You make wine, like this is a homemade wine. This is a homemade wine, even though I put it in that bottle. I just didn't have any more bottles to put this in. And this is also a wine that I made. Homemade wines, okay? This is one, and I have some more. Let me see. These are my extras in my refrigerator. This is a wine. This is a wine. This is a wine, homemade wine. These are the ones that was extra, that I couldn't fit in my. This is banana wine that I couldn't fit in the big 1 gallon jug. So this is the extra. And then I wanted it to settle, okay? So basically, and I have a blueberry. Let me grab that one because I might use it. I might use the blueberry. And this is blueberry wine. Okay. This tastes good, y'all. I'm not gonna use this. This is my blue raspberry wine. And I didn't have enough for a gallon. Let me show it to y'all. Over here with my wine making station. Kinda. This is the blueberry wine. You see it's already to the top, so that's the extra. That's the dirty wine. That was the last end of it. And I put it there, and I put it in the refrigerator to crash it. And I'm going to do something with it. I don't know what. This is the cherry wine. And after I finish making these burgers, we're going to deal with this. And I have another cherry wine that's doing this thing. Okay, it's no longer no action in there. So I'm going to take it off the lees. If I need to sweeten it, I will sweeten it, and then I will store it away. Okay? We're going to see what I'm going to do with that. And I have another one in the bucket. And then I'm going to make another wine like this one after we done. Okay? Hey, you tried smash burgers? They're good, but I will make burgers myself. I know that's right. Let me show you how to do it. You could buy, so I'm saying, you could buy you some burger patties, or you can make you some homemade burger patties, okay? Depending on how juicy you like your burgers, in the end result, depends on the beginning base, which is the meat. So I can never make those frozen ones that you buy in the box, I can never really make those juicy, depending. You got to really read it, see what the percentage of the fat content and things like that is, okay? I don't know what the hell that is, okay? No matter what I do with it, to make it really where it tastes good, I really would have to do what I'm about to do. Now, so in the beginning, what do you fry your burgers in? Some people would just put it on here and let the fat content make its own oil. But you have to have a fatty burger. The meat has to have the fat content, but people are buying lean meat. Okay, you're buying the leaner meats, and therefore you don't have maybe not enough fat content to do that. So you may have to drop some oil in the pan, right? You drop some oil in the pan. What I would say is, because in my house we fry bacon a lot, then I end up saving the oil from the bacon. And let me show you what that ends up being in. If it ends up being in something like this, and this thing was full, and plus I had another one, and I've been using this all year, okay? Because the bacon we've been buying lately doesn't have a lot of fat content, so I don't end up having oil to save. This is tasty, yummy. Okay, there's different things you could do with this, but cooking with it, frying with it, it gives you some flavor, okay? But if you don't have this, because you don't fry bacon, okay, that's okay. You could buy you cooking wine. Now, like I said, this is not what's in here. I made this wine out of, this is white grape wine that I made last year, and I stored it in this bottle. So I keep my bottles so I can store. I just don't have enough of them. That's why everything else is ending up in things like this. So this is great. This is grape wine. Okay, this is from that Welch's fruit juice. Okay, I'm not gonna use this because I did add a tang of peanut butter flavoring in this, and I think I told you I made a peanut butter jelly wine, and that's what that is. Okay, let me taste it. It tastes good though. Let me see. It actually will add a lot of flavor. It's high in alcohol content. This is the raspberry wine. It wouldn't do, okay, for this burger because it's on the sweet side. It's on the sweeter side. This, if I'm correct, wait, let me see. Let me taste it because I do have one. Oh yeah, this is good. Okay, so this was a wine that I made. This is what you would make the sherry, like if you want to do a sherry wine, but this is not sherry. You buy you some sherry cooking wine, but this isn't sherry cooking wine. I made this. Forgot which one this is. It's one of the first wines I made. I made a few of them out of fruit juices, and I thought this was the white grape, but this may have been the because this the Welch's grape, and this one over here, I think this is the white grape. I'm not sure. Okay, I forgot, and it don't matter because my son drunk the wines, and I had put him in here, and he even drunk this when he realized, when I told him, he said, "You got any more wine?" I said, "Yeah," but I put him in my, and then he started drinking. I said, "Boy, don't drink my stuff, okay? It's for cooking." I'm gonna use this. I'm gonna use this today. But I do have banana wine in the refrigerator, and I also have this is blueberry wine. Okay, and when, like I said, when it's in the refrigerator like this is the extra. This is enough to go in a bottle. I just don't have any bottles, okay? So I put them in the refrigerator. And that is strong. I wouldn't use this right now. It's really strong of alcohol flavor. It's kind of overtaking the blueberry, okay? That needs to mellow, but it can't mellow because I have it in the refrigerator, okay? So anyway, we're going to use this, okay? So what I'm going to do, instead of frying the burgers, we're going to do on the top kind of broiling of the burgers. It's almost, we're going to add the flavor. Let me put this back up. We're going to add the flavor in here. Okay. And I'm going to set the meat in here. It's not hot enough. I would take it out, but it'll get hot quick enough. I turned it low, so it's not hot enough. But we wanted to absorb some of that. Now remember, what I want you to know is alcohol burns off, y'all. It's not about the alcohol. So it doesn't matter if the alcohol is high or not. It's about the flavor that I taste when I taste the wine, okay? So what is bourbon? Or liquor? Liquor is wine that's been distilled, okay? And when you're talking about sherry and things like that, it's a wine, yeah, like from a fruit, whatever fruit, and then they put some wood in it and they distill it. So it's just wine. Okay. You put some pecans in here, and then now we're talking about sherries, right? Or walnut shells, because that's what those is. You could use the shells from nuts, or you could use bark from trees, okay, to get those flavors. So I'm kind of giving you some information you may not know where those flavors come from. It's not about being an alcoholic or anything. We want to cook this. And then I'm going to put a top on it. You do want it to cook all the way through. Some of you like it rare. What is it called? Like rare. You like it bloody. Because it is juicier, right? But I don't like mine that way. I want mine cooked all the way through. And therefore I put a top on it. It don't have to be all the way high. I'm going to lower it up a little bit. And we're going to let this simmer. It's going to soak in that flavor into the meat. You can do this even with them cheaper burger patties. You'll make them taste better, okay? Because I really don't know what that meat is, okay? I don't know what that meat is. But it don't matter, because as Americans, we've been eating it for years. And we've become accepting of it. Because if you eat from McDonald's and Burger King, they broil their burgers. They don't taste like they used to. I don't know what kind of meat it is. Okay? And when they say they broil them, that's kind of what I'm doing here, except I'm doing it in a cast iron skillet, you know, instead of in the oven. You could do them in the oven as well. You'll be cooking them a little more evenly. You could do them in the air fryer also. You'll be cooking it. The air fryer is an oven, by the way. Okay? Only in America do we call them things air fryers. But it's an oven. Okay. I do have an air fryer over there in that corner. See that big black thing right there? That's an air fryer. That's a rice cooker. That's a toaster. Okay. So for those of you, but you don't have to cook burgers in oil. Okay. So we're going to put this up. And I'll show it to you in a few, okay? It's going to absorb the flavor. Do not worry about the wine content. And you know, what is breaking this burger down and getting those flavors? Why use wine? Or because of how wine is made through fermentation, right? When you ferment something, you're adding, it breaks things down a certain way. It breaks the meat down a certain way. And it absorbs the flavor. So whatever flavor you added to make your wine. Like I said, some of these are made with grapes, or aka grape juice. Some of my wines are made with actual bananas. Okay, some of my wines are made with actual cherries. Some of my, and some of them will be made with just juice, 100% juice of the fruit. Okay, and so, but it's the way wine is created through fermentation. That is what get. I know some of y'all may have heard where people make a beer batter for the fish. You can make a beer batter also for your chicken. But I wouldn't, like if you have chicken with skin on it, it don't make no sense to have a beer batter. But if you take the skin off the chicken, and then when you make a batter, but most people use a dry batter for fried chicken. But you can use a wet batter to fry chicken if you want to. Okay, you just need to know what you're doing. So because I'm using a cast iron skillet, this part, the handle, is just as hot as that part that's sitting on the eye. Okay, the part that's sitting on the eye and this is at the same heat level. That's why cast iron skillet is very good cooking. You could cook. It's the best cooking is even cooking, but don't touch that handle without some protection. Okay, don't touch the handle without no protection, baby. Don't touch that handle without protection. And cast iron is heavy, and you could cook outdoors. Let's say you're electric and get it knocked out, you still could cook for your family. You just have to set up a fire outdoors, and you could cook with these pots and pans. Okay, you see that? You see that? Isn't that what it sounds like when you're frying? Look at that. This is called broiling. On top of the stove. It's gonna be nice and juicy. And you put that back on. Did y'all see those burgers, baby? Did you see that, Lena? How you doing, sis? How's everybody doing? Can we all the way without her? Can we? I'm not sure what you mean, baby. Cast iron cooking is good for you. Yes, it is. Hey, DJ, how you doing? How's everybody doing? Some guy named DJ. How you doing as well, baby? How you doing? Everybody welcome. Look at that. You notice what I didn't do? I didn't add any fat. For those of you who say you don't want no fat, and you might cook with avocado oil, which I have right there. I have some grapeseed oil, olive oil, vegetable oil. I even showed y'all my fat, that healthy fat from meat. By the way, healthy fat and flavor fat do come from bacon. It comes from the pig. I know a lot of people don't eat pig no more. I don't know why, because I love bacon, baby. Look at that. And you know what I don't have? I don't have any grease popping. Pop, 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 landing on me. And I'm like, ah! I'm not having none of that. Okay? And it smells good in here, too. Okay? Look at that. You can see the caramelization. I'm going to see if I can get y'all a little closer. I'm going to zoom in a little bit. You see that brownness? That's flavor, baby. Okay? That's flavor. And although we... Look at that. Thickening. Look at that. Look at that. Look at that juicy burger. Look at the size of it. Cooked through and through. It's really done. And I'm going to take it off, okay? I'm going to turn it off. You can flip them. Get some more of that flavor on them. And let me see, this one got a little red to it. We're going to turn it over and let it finish up. And we're just going to cover it up. And you ain't going to never have no... Uh-oh, what happened? Oh, I put the top on it. You ain't going to never have no burgers like this unless you make them yourself. Unless you make them yourself, okay? Buy your ground beef, make your patties. How do you make your patties, everybody? Let me tell you. Let me show you what I have. Thought I saw one. Two, yeah. Okay, let's come over here just to talk a little bit. Just a little bit, okay? A little bit. Talk a little bit. Okay. We're going to put that over there. So this, you may recognize the butt of this, okay? The butt of this. This we got probably from Walmart, maybe. I think so. Was we at Walmart? Yeah. Wait, where we bought this meat from? I think we were at Super Walmart. No, we wasn't. No, we bought this from BJ's. Okay, BJ's. Came in a big loaf. I think it was 10 pounds. And the shit cost like, oh, Lord. It was something like $60 for 10 pounds of meat. You know that is outrageous. That's outrageous. I used to buy 50 pounds of ground beef and pay the same amount. Now it's 10 pounds. Okay? 10 pounds for the same amount I used to pay 50 pounds. And now, believe it or not, this looks like a little bit of ground beef. This should be about a pound. What hubby does is he cut them up in blocks of pounds so we could cook different things with it. This pound would make about, I think I could make 12 patties with this pound of ground beef. Okay, so what would you add? You would take this pound, you know, when it's thawed out, you would put it in a bowl. You would add some breadcrumbs, some eggs, and a little milk. You can use actual bread. If you don't have breadcrumbs, you could use a slice of bread and crumble it up. But you want to get that all in there. And see, so hamburger does have fillings in it, but you will put your own fillings, anything that you want, okay? And you didn't make this, it will become bigger because you added things. The egg will help bind it. A little milk will help also bind it. And then you make your patties. Make them the size you want. Okay, if you want them all evenly sized, then I do have a hamburger. I have a little hamburger with crumb. Let me see if I can find it. I've used it before. I didn't use it when I made these, but I think it's in a drawer. Let me see if I can find it really quickly. I haven't used it in a minute, but it should be down here in this drawer. Uh-oh. Oh, damn. Y'all don't like going in these drawers because they do weird things to me. Okay, this drawer in the damn here fell upside down. I don't know what the world happened. Hubby got to fix that. Okay. That's why I don't go in the drawers no more. I have ice cream. Y'all know I bake and I make my own ice cream. And I make my own cakes. And I make my own everything. But in the last few years, hubby done took over my kitchen because I haven't been in here as much. I can't find it, y'all. It's probably over there on my baker's rack. I have a big thing over there called the baker's rack. Do y'all see it? Filled with baking things and shit like that. Y'all see it? Okay, it's probably over there somewhere. Okay, cool. Let's take a look. Now. Okay. Now, if I wanted to, I do have some pecans. Like before I put the meat in. Let me get that out. Now, see how it's sitting in there? So it's just sitting in there. It's sitting in there and it can sit. People will be like, hey, you got it sitting in oil. But we know I didn't make this in oil. So that's just sitting in the flavor. Okay, so you can have it sitting there. Okay. It's done. And I'm about to make a couple of burgers. Actually, damn, I didn't. Hubby like double burger. And I like single burger. So I make two singles and I make him a double. Let me see if I got cheese. Put it on there so it can melt. Oh man. I'm gonna have that piece. Don't tell me we don't have no cheese. I can't. Oh yeah, I see some cheese. My family be doing me wrong, y'all. Look, I'm gonna show y'all what my family be doing me. They do me wrong. They know I'm short. Let me show y'all. They know I'm short, right? So, see, we have this down here. See, I can reach down here. You see what I'm saying? but I can't reach in this one. You know, it's hard to get in there. I'm trying my very best, okay? They do me wrong. They do me so wrong. That's when they want to hide something from me. Because that's what I tell them. I say, you must be hiding it. I tell them, but I can see it from the bottom, though. I can see it from the bottom. See how they do me? They be doing me all wrong. I'm a shorty, y'all. I'm short. Okay? Y'all can't blame me. My family hide things from me. They ain't even gotta, all they gotta do is put it high. Okay? Put it high. And then I won't be able to see. You don't even need a whole slice of cheese. Put your slice of cheese on there. Half a slice, okay? See, half a slice. Half a slice. Okay. Half a slice that goes a long way. Okay. And they're going to melt in no time. What's going on, King Pigs? Yes, we making burgers, baby. We making burgers, okay? So let me get the bread ready so you could toast the bread. And if you really want a fancy burger, I can show you how to do that real quick too, okay? You take your buns. I would do it in this pan. I actually could do it in this pan, but I would have to take some of that out. So what I'm going to do, I'm not going to use this pan. We're going to cover that up. We're going to push that to the back. I'm going to grab another pan, okay? Let me grab, don't have to be a big pan. I do have other cast iron pan. Which probably might be a little quicker, but heavy. Let me move this out the way. Make sure you use your protection. Okay? Gee. I'm telling you, will regret touching that cast iron handle. Okay? You will regret it. You'll never do it again. If you do it one time, don't worry, you will never do it again. You will always remember not to do that again. Okay? So we're gonna use this cast iron. Okay? I'm gonna wipe it out. I need a napkin real quick because it looks like some oil maybe. I'm not sure. Never put water in your cast iron skillets, y'all. Okay, so that's probably oil because you wipe them down with oil. Okay. Never. Okay, so what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna get some butter. I don't need a lot of butter. I also need, grab this stuff out of here. Some mayonnaise, mayo. Now, the thing about making a fancy burger, if you don't like mayo, that's okay, because butter will replace it. Okay? I'm going to add a little butter in here. Not much. We're going to let that melt, and we're going to get the burger buns, and we're going to lightly toast them. Okay? We're going to lightly toast them. I just want to be a grandmother. Okay? That's all. I don't want to be nothing else. Not trying to be a doctor or lawyer. Not trying to be a scientist. You know what I'm saying? I'm not trying to be none of that. Okay? We're going to turn it down a little bit. And we're going to lightly toast that. We can also use a cover for it. It'll help it go a little faster. So we're going to do that. I'm going to get the other two. I only have 3 buns anyway, so that's a good thing. Okay? And I don't have no regular bread. Now, you could do hamburgers on a roll. An Italian roll. Okay? You could do them on Italian rolls as well. That's when you're making them big boys, okay? You make them big daddy hamburgers, baby. Okay? I could tell how hot this stove is by touching it, so I can still touch it. If you're still in doubt, just Like that quick. But if you know that shit been sitting on there for a while, don't do that. Okay? Because what I'm saying to you is just that little touch can really burn you real quick. Cast iron is no joke. And that's why I'm so good at cooking, okay? Take the roll. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. I made a boo-boo. You see that light toasting that's coming on the edges? Okay? I made a boo-boo. I pulled some off. Let me take that off. These are Hawaiian rolls. Hamburger rolls, okay? I can show you how to make your own hamburger rolls. Hawaiian or otherwise, however. Okay, the difference with regular bread and Hawaiian bread is they replace the milk with pineapple juice. That's why they're sweet, okay? They're sweet because pineapple juice is the liquid, okay? And it's easy to make them too. It's not hard. It's not hard at all to make your own bread. And if you make your own bread, you'll change your life. It'll change your whole life if you like bread. If you don't like bread and you don't really care, then it's not going to change your life, okay? Because you don't really eat bread anyway. But if you do like breads, making your own will change your life. You will know what's in it. It'll be healthier. You ain't got to mill your own flour, but even if you want to mill your own flour, I can show you how to do that too, okay? Show you how to mill your own flour. But I don't go that far anymore. I know how to. See that little lightly crust right there? Buttery, lightly crust. Buttery, lightly crust. You don't even need mayonnaise on it if you like. Because usually when we add like condiments, it's to give it flavor, right? Let me turn this down. Because see that butter's burning. See that butter's burning? But that's okay. Don't throw that burnt butter away, baby. Add that butter to that right there. It just caramelizes. It's not really burnt at that point. But butter burns quickly. Okay? That's why we don't fry anything in butter. It doesn't have a high point. It burns quickly. So soak that up. We use ketchup and mayonnaise and all that on a burger because we covering up for flavor. It does add flavor, but if you add your own flavors even before needing those, then you'll have flavors even before adding those things, which means you won't need to add those things if you like a buttery flavor. Okay, see that? Okay. Also, if your bread is a little, what we call stale, right? If your bread is what we call stale, as long as it has no mold on it, then your bread is still can be used. Okay? Like let's say it's a little stiff. It's not as soft as you would want it. And so usually people throw it away. Nah, babe, what you do with that bread is you make it come back to life by putting it in a pan. Okay? Add some butter to it. People used to make French toast. That's why French toast is here. French toast is a creation of the day-old bread. Day-old bread is stale if you bake your own bread because it doesn't last 10 days. Okay? I don't know what they put in, breads that we buy that will have it lasting a whole month. But I can tell you, it got to be bad for you. Because when you make your own bread, that bread is stale the next day. You can still use it and eat it, but it's nowhere near as soft as bread that we buy. Now, people may think that's a good thing, but what I'm telling you is, no, they're using some chemical. Look at that. Ooh, that's hot. Ooh, Lordy. That's hot on one side. You see that lightly toasted, buttery bread? It don't get no better. It might take you a minute. It takes the same time as you getting dressed, getting your car, driving to McDonald's, Burger King for that whack stuff that they got, for you to make your own. Okay, for you to make your own. That's how much time. People be like, nah, I ain't got the time. You do have the time. If you want the flavors that you talk about, stop complaining about McDonald's and stop going. That's all. Okay? Don't complain about them, baby. Just don't patronize them, that's all. They didn't have a lot of butter for this one. I'm going to have to put just a little bit more butter down for this piece right here. Okay? Look how quick that was. Yes, you in your kitchen. Yes, it takes a little time. What's going on? It's just brown butter. It's brown butter. It's got a little toast on it. Let me show you. Watch. You don't hear that? It's toasted. It's toasted. Lightly toasted. The butter is, you can see where the butter is around the edges. And so it's not, yeah, it's toasted. And this is how people used to toast their bread before toasters. Okay. If you want, you can put it in a toaster, but you can't have the butter flavor. You can add the butter flavor after, but that, y'all know, caramelized, caramel is made of butter and milk. And that's how you make caramel. So when the butter turns brown like that, as long as you don't let it go too black, it deepens the flavor. It has a nutty flavor. Okay, so we do brown our butter, depending on what we're making. You're making desserts. We take the butter, we put it in, and we brown it. I have some pecans. If I would have put some pecans in there, that butter would have then grabbed some of that nutty flavor from the pecans. Or walnuts. I've never done it with walnuts, to be honest. Walnuts, you can also do this side. You could toast the other side as well if you want to. Give it just a little toasting on it. See, this is already toasted. Sorry, this is already toasted. It just don't have the butter on it to give it the brown color. So I'm going to put a little more butter in it and do that. And you don't need a lot of butter. Just a little piece of butter. Throw it in there so I can get some more color on that. Because the butter is what browns. I think like Miss Not For Everyone says. Right? The butter browns, that's what gives. Because this is toasted. Okay. Throw that in that butter like that. And now you have what you call a very expensive burger. And I'm gonna cut some tomatoes. Hubby don't eat tomatoes. I'm gonna cut me a slice of tomato. I'm gonna turn this off because it don't need to be on anymore. I'm gonna put this ground beef back because meat, ooh Lord, meat costs money. Lots of money, okay? And I ain't got a lot of money. I don't have a lot of money. And look, if there's a dish y'all want me to show you how to make, bread, if y'all want to really know how to make a loaf of bread, it doesn't take a lot of things. Some flour, some milk, some oil, a little butter, salt, and some yeast. And y'all know yeast don't cost a lot because y'all see me using yeast all the time to make my wine, right? So, see how the butter now is adding color to it? You see it? Yeah, I'm going to leave it in there a little more. Okay. Look, I have this little piece of butter. Hubby be like, why did you put this back in the refrigerator? It's just a little piece. I'm like, yeah, it's butter. Like, what do you mean? He said it's not enough to do something with. It is enough to do something with. Okay? Because you just saw me use this little bit on that piece of bread. He don't be understanding, but hubby will throw away. Listen, it might. I'm not gonna blame him. I'm not gonna say nothing bad about it, but hubby would throw away the last little bit of deodorant. And I look in that little deodorant thing. I said, I still see deodorant in there. I said, just put it in there. I'll keep it. You don't use a lot of deodorant anyway. You use it every day, right? Maybe twice a day to put. Like you use it, right? But you don't use a whole lot of it. That little bit that's in there is enough for a use. Maybe 2, maybe 3. Okay? Hubby would throw it away. And he'll try to throw it away so I can't see. Because if I see it, I'm grabbing. I'm like, shit. Okay? That might be how I was raised. But why would we throw away something that's good? Like you throwing away something. Use it all. That's all. The last little bit of this, the last little bit of that. That means you have to buy less of it. I'm not saying I'm not going to reuse no toilet paper. I'm not going to take no 2-ply apart. I ain't got time for all that. I don't even like 2-ply toilet paper. Okay? I don't like it. It's soft, but it will clog up your toilet. Okay? I don't know how people wiping their butts while you're using 2-ply and you're only using it once. The way I use toilet paper, my toilet would be clogged up. You know what I mean? I need 1-ply. Okay, 1-ply. I'm not looking for no comfort. I just want to be clean. Okay? I want to be clean. Clean. Clean white man from town. Clean white man from town. White man from town clean. If y'all don't get that reference, it's okay. Look at the movie Thinner. He called him white man from town. He told him to go get clean. Go get clean, white man from town. Clean. Okay? So that's how I made these hamburger patties. I could have made them bigger, but you don't, when you got flavor like this, bold flavor, you don't need your patties to be overflowing your bread. That's, that's greed. Okay? You're going to get the bold flavors and you're going to be good. Okay? I do have to make some more patties, so because I only have 2 left. Though we made those for last weekend for this week, and we've been eating them all week, And anything y'all ever want to see me make, baking, or a dish, Cajun dish, Creole dish, okay? Just don't make it too expensive, y'all, because, oh, Lord, seafood costs a lot. Okay, but hey, start sending the donations to buy the food. In fact, you don't even have to send me the money, because I already know how that work out. How about you go to to a store near me and buy it and send it to me? Cause baby, and you might want me to get some tiger shrimp, but I end up getting some, regular, I don't know, other type of shrimp. And then when you see me without the tiger shrimp, you be like, oh no, she done ripped me off. She ripped me off. I told her to get tiger shrimp, and she bought medium shrimp. You want me to buy tiger shrimp, and I bought some medium-sized shrimp because I was able to get more of them, and maybe they didn't have tiger shrimp, or maybe I prefer regular shrimp. I don't know the different types of shrimp, but I've heard of a tiger shrimp. I don't want to go through that, baby. Hey, hombre, how you doing, baby? You doing good? That's good. We about to make this burger. I'm gonna show you how to make it. Now I will. I don't know. Usually hubby will make his own burger, but I'm gonna make it for him, I think. Cause see, I made a gourmet burger when I put that bread in there and added butter and toasted it. That's a gourmet. We made gourmet burgers even before I did that. But what I'm saying is, you might not want mayonnaise because that buttery flavor is really flavorful. You might not want mayonnaise. You might just enjoy the burger plain with the cheese, right? You got the flavor in the meat. We got some toast, lightly buttered toast bread. You might not want to use mayonnaise, ketchup, mustard. You know what I mean? You might want to just enjoy it. And so hubby, I would prefer him come make his own burger, the way he wanted. But I'll make it for him. I'm not going to put anything on it. I'll put in everything he might want. Maybe I'll put it to the side. And if he decides to put it on there, he can. He's not going to care. He's not going to want it. I, on the other hand, do want some tomato, though. Okay? So I'm going to get over here. I'm going to show you how we're going to make these burgers. Gourmet burgers. I got to get this out the way. I got to get that cast iron skillet out the way. Okay, so where do I put it? I'm going to put it in my oven. It's hot, okay? And see what's in that? See that oil that's in there? Do not wipe that out. Ladies and gentlemen, do not clean your skillets unless they get dirty, and do not clean them with water. Clean your cast iron skillet with oil. That's why your grandma had that oil. See, like that oil that I showed you that I cooked with? I also clean with that. But that was so good, I wasn't cleaning with it. So I would prefer to get some other old oil, like in my, that you fried chicken with, and it's old. You don't throw that away. okay? I deep fry chicken. I don't really fry chicken no other way because I don't really know how. But I don't know how to do everything, baby. I don't know how to fry chicken unless I'm deep frying it. And I'm going to tell you why. I'm lazy, okay? I don't want to fry no chicken 12 minutes on each side. I can put that in a pot, deep fried, and 12 minutes is done. It's done fried on both sides, okay? That's what, and people be like, deep frying is worse. It's not true. The chicken do not absorb oil that way. It's like people just be making up things. If I put oil in here and fried chicken, right? The oil still gonna be in the pan when I get the chicken out. That means it didn't absorb the oil. And so if I deep fry, it's not gonna absorb the oil. Now, what will make a difference is the type of oil that you fry. You canola oil, peanut. Like I don't even know what people be talking about. Do you know canola is a vegetable, right? It comes from fruits or vegetable. Isn't canola? I thought canola was a seed or oil. What is canola, y'all? Where does that come from? I don't know exactly. Now that I think about it, can't remember. Cause I don't think it comes from I don't think it comes from a fruit or a vegetable. I think it comes from a seed or something like that. Well, peanut is not really. So with peanut butter, I'm sorry, peanut oil. Peanut oil comes from like also a seed, right, from a nut, and it has a higher burning point. So that's what it's good for. Like it doesn't burn as quick as that butter. You see how quick butter burn? Well, peanut oil can go temperatures, I think, up 700 degrees, which we don't even have here in the U.S. Like, you know what I mean? You don't, but the point, the high burning point is high. Now, when people say it's good for you, like what will make it better? What will make peanut oil better than vegetable oil? Because we eat vegetables, right? They tell us fruits and vegetables. Now, what is different though, right, is I guess the processing of it. And then you got to trust the company on how they process it. So I'm saying I think it's all crap. I think it's all full of crap. Peanut oil could be bad for people who might have a peanut allergy. Vegetable oil, it's just, instead of them calling it milk, they call it oil, right? Because when we take vegetables and turn them into a white substance, they call it milk. I be wondering what they put in it to make it white. The same thing that they can make clear. That they just process it and turn it. The same thing that could be milk could be also oil. It's the way they process it. Okay, that's all. Yes. Okay, I buy canola. I do buy canola also. Peanut oil. When I buy it, it's to fry our turkey for Thanksgiving. By the way, if you never had fried turkey, baby. Ooh, Lord. I didn't like turkey before I fried turkey. The only thing I like on a turkey before that would be, like I'll cook with it. Put some turkey legs, or I like turkey necks. Turkey wings and turkey necks is all I used to eat of the turkey. Until we fried, now I'll eat that whole thing. It tastes better than fried chicken if you fry that turkey. Okay, probably healthier too. But I can't. Don't quote me on that, because these people are raising our foods, and they want them quick and in a hurry, and we don't know what they pumping them with, hormones, just to get them bigger. You know what I mean? To quickly get them. Like, what do they do? You know, turkeys. For Thanksgiving time, you know how many turkeys be out there? You'll be wondering where they get all these turkeys from. Where all these turkeys come from? And why in the rest of the year I don't see a lot of turkeys in the stores? And I be thinking, what the world? A turkey is an animal like chicken, right? They got, and what's the difference between the chickens where we get eggs and the chickens that we eat? It's the way they handle those chickens and what they feed them. Okay? A chicken, I be wondering why them chickens, they be saying that the chickens got to be small. So they only got to be a couple of weeks old to turn into a chicken for us to eat. If they go older than that, then they let it lay eggs. And you can't eat the chicken that lay eggs because they're too old and their bones. I don't be knowing. I don't know. If we think about it in nature, it really don't make no sense. But because of how they treat what they feed them, that is why it's the way they say it is. Okay? That's all I can say about that. Let me move this out the way. Okay. Now the burners, I know some people be like, Bomb, your stove is dirty. It's not. That's the burner port, and that lifts up. That's aluminum foil under that, y'all. Okay. I clean those out like once a month. I do a lot of cooking down here. These are the burners. See, you'll see. See how it's lifting up? But they got another pot down there. That's how I keep that area clean, by letting it. Okay. But I be wondering how that stuff get under there too. You ever wonder how your kitchen, how your stove underneath gets so dirty when you'll never see nothing spilling over? I always wonder that. I also wonder, but you know what happens when you're cooking? Grease, humidity. Like right now I have these pots on. See that? Y'all see the steam that's coming off them? If that was oil, it'll be splashing. This rises up, and then you end up having grease up on here and things like that, and all under here. You see that? I haven't cleaned that in a while. I usually do this twice a year. I didn't do my spring cleaning this year. That's crazy. You see that? How that get under there? It's called what they call it? Evaporation, condensation, stuff like that. So that's what ends up all on your stove, and you got to keep it clean. So I wipe down my stove after I finish using it, but I'm the only one that does that. Okay. I'm the only one that does that. The rest of my family don't. So if I don't come down and do it, then it won't get done until I do come down and do it. And they cook also, okay? So anyway, let me show you how to make these burgers. Yes, clean pots is important, baby. But that's not the pot. That's the eye on the stove, okay? The food don't touch. Look, the food don't touch this right here, okay? And what also, we cook with cast iron. We even have a griller, a grill. How you spell it? I'm not spell it, but how you say it? G-R-I-L-L-I-N-G. No, grilling plate that goes on top. Because we cook with gas, as you can see. It's not electric. I'll show it to you so you'll know what I'm talking about. It's heavy because it's cast iron. We got one way back there. I can't reach it. Where's the other one? Is that it? No, we got another. We got two of them. I see one of them. Oh, it might be in the oven. Let me check. I think it is. Let me see. Give me a second, y'all. Yeah. Okay, it is in here. I'll show it to you. Wait, but I got... Let me see if y'all can see it. See? This goes on top of the stove. It's cast iron as well. This. See the handle right there and on this side? Right, where's that? I don't want to touch this. Remember, this just got off the stove. We don't want to touch that. Right there. You probably can't see. But see, also, you see that number on that skillet? That's a number 10. If you have cast iron skillets, that's how you know what size your cast iron skillet is, okay? So I have sets of them. This one up here is a 12. Is that a 12? Let me see. That's a 12, and it also doubles as a lid to the cast iron skillets, like a top. If you can look, you can see how flat. Let me see if you can see it. You see how it's wider than the other. It's a 12, and I think that's a 12. I can't see it. Let me see. Okay. No, that says a 13. Is that a 13 or a 16? Can't see it, but And it doubles as a lid to the other cast iron because it's not so deep. It's not as deep as the others. And I can flip it on top of the others. Because there's no lids to cast iron skillets, okay? But this, it doubles as a lid to the cast iron skillets. Okay? Okay, I'm doing a lot of rambling. I'm trying to be a grandmother. If I can only be a grandmother. If I can only be a grandmother. Okay, so we know these are lids, these are bottoms. Those three are lids, these three are bottoms. Okay, so we're gonna put that on the bottom. We're gonna put that on the bottom. We're gonna put this one on top of this one. And I'm gonna put this one on the bottom. Okay. And we're gonna put that on top of there. And that go your big, look how juicy big burger that is. That is a big burger. It's already full of flavor. Don't even need nothing else. Okay? And these regular ones, they don't even, you could buy a burger for more than I paid to make this. And theirs will be smaller, less flavor, and everything. Okay? Y'all see how I made that? You could throw some mushrooms on top if you like mushrooms. You could throw some whatever you want. Whatever you want. Okay? These are your custom, definitely most flavorful burgers. And even if you use their cheap meat, you still make them the way I made them, and it still would be better than Burger King, McDonald's, Applebee's, Red Robin, you name it. And every time you want to change the flavor of the burger, use a wine. Like buy you some liquor, a little bottle of cheap wine from the liquor store if you don't make your wine, okay? And use that. Make sure it's the flavor like a sherry. And you don't have to go to the liquor store. You could buy these, not this one exactly, because remember I made whatever's in here. But you could buy cooking wine. You could buy cooking wine. Okay? So you buy you some cooking wine. The cooking wine is usually like vinegar. That's what they call it. Cooking wine is usually the wine that if I make some wine and it go bad, the wine is bad for drinking because it ended up becoming more tart and sour kind of. But it's not bad for consumption. It becomes cooking wine. Okay? It becomes cooking wine. And if you're going to buy sherry cooking wine, though, you have to go buy you a... Because I'm not sure how much this would have cost. I bought this... When I bought this, not what's in there now. It was years ago. I can even tell you the expiration date on this bottle. Let me see. The expiration date on this bottle. That's either... I think it says 15. See, it says something 21, and the year on it is 15. No, that's a 13. Yeah. So whatever was in here expired in 2013, but I keep reusing the bottle. Okay, I make my own wine or vinaigrette or vinegar, whatever cooking that I want to cook with, and then I just keep refilling it and refilling it and refilling it, and that's it. Okay, and so you know how older people do, baby. We reuse things. Okay, we reuse things. So that's what I did with that bottle and the other one as well. This one, see, I don't think so. Let me see. Because when I taste this, I've never had a wine turn into vinegar. Let me taste this. Yeah, I think this is the original. Okay, because I never had a wine go turn into vinegar on me. So I think this is. And this is vinegar. This smell like vinegar, and so I think this is my wine. This is the one that I said that came from the white grape. I turned it in. I used white grape juice and made a wine last year. And then the leftovers I put in here. And my son drunk the other. And I think this is actually that white vinegar, which I never really found a use for this, and that's why I still have it. Because I was wondering, what did I have that was so clear? See how clear that is? Now, my wines do come out that clear. But this is vinegar. Ooh, Lord, it tastes like vinegar too. Now, it tastes good, but it still is a vinegar. I like vinegar on salads, okay? You could tell I haven't eaten a salad in a long time because that's a whole lot left. And I don't even remember buying this, but I know I did because hubby would definitely not buy it, okay? Anyway, any questions, comments, suggestions? If y'all want to see me make something, I think I'm going to start doing like little videos like this when I decide to make something. I have some okra. I was thinking about making some okra stew, and that would be okra with sausage, shrimp, and it goes on top of rice. It is a southern dish. You might not like okra, but I promise you, you'll like you some okra stew, baby. I promise you. If you like seafood. Now, if you don't like seafood, then I don't know what to tell you. Okra need to be cooked a certain way. People don't like okra because they say it's slimy. But my okra stew is not slimy. But the truth is, even if I made some slimy okra stew, even if I made it slimy, ooh, you will love it. Okay? But I don't make no slimy okra stew, okay? You get the slime out. You have to know how to cook okra. Okay? I have the okra. I just don't have... I don't have any crabs, and I like crabs in my okra stew. I may have some shrimp, but I can always have access to shrimp. You can always go buy some frozen shrimp. But as far as the crab, that might be a little difficult where I'm from. But this time of year, I could get some crabs this time of year though. Okay. What else? I made gumbo before. If you ever want to make some gumbo, let me know. Since I'm only cooking for me and hubby now, it's a little cheaper for me to make. I don't need to make... Let me show you my gumbo pot. Hold up. Let me show you. I used to make for my turkey. It's that big pot. See, that pot is taller than almost. Okay? That's a big pot. For me to stir that pot, when I make something, I have to get on a stool to get in there and stir it. That's how tall it is. That's my gumbo pot. I have another one. It's not as tall, but it's wider. And it takes up almost all the stove. It take up, like, yeah, the whole stove top. That's how round it is. Even though I can't cook on all four burners. Y'all know what I mean? Like, it imparts on the other side of the stove how round it is. Okay? Anyway, any questions? Anybody want to bite of this burger? I can email you a piece. We'll part it down in 16ths. Start off with 4s, then cut them 4s into 4s, and then cut them 4s into 4s. We probably get 16 pieces. 16 people could get a piece of this burger right here, and I'll email it to you ASAP, okay? I'll email it to you ASAP. If y'all want to know how to make your homemade breads, if you want to know how to make butter, I already made a video on how to do that. But I don't know if I made it just making your own butter. I think it was in the live. Okay? I don't know. But I can make some more butter. You just need some whipping cream. Just need some heavy cream for that. Okay? If you want to know how to make your own cheese, heavy cream for that. Ice cream, heavy cream for that. Maybe we'll do some... Let's do some ice cream. It's summer. This time next Sunday, maybe Sundays will be cooking day. You got brownie your plate right here, girl. I made a excellent red burger. Okay, it's not a regular burger. It's one of them expensive burgers, and I made it for you. Okay. He said you need some stew. What kind of stew? They got all kinds of stews. Like they got okra stew. I can make chicken stew. I can make all kinds of stews. I can show you. I think I have a video, but see, it's not on this channel. And I lost a channel with a lot of cooking videos where I was making everything. I'm going to ask for that channel back. I keep saying I'm going to do that because I got all the other channels back. I thought that was a part of the last one I got back, but it seems like even though it was the same email, it was a different. It was different. So I got to ask for it back. Um, but I'm remember JP was doing his cooking things live like I used to do. This is what I used to do when people say when I say I used to do camming and things like that. Y'all, I used to cook, clean. Like I literally, this is what I used to do. People like to make everything sexual because yes, you do see videos where I would make little clips of me, being pretty and intimate and all that shit. You know what I'm saying? I did that. And I would make dope, but you could see those are videos. Those are not lives. So people, those are, you know what I mean? Those are little clips that I would make and put them out there. But the actual lives is watching me cook and clean. Okay? So I don't want to do that every day though, like I used to. Because it is, I realize the men, they they watching for something else. They're not watching. I want to teach if I can. Like, I'm showing you how to do something. They got a lot of people who teach. They make little videos and things. That's good. I have no problem with that. I could do it too. I'm a teacher as well. Okay. But I think that's where and also when I sew and things like that. That's what I want to be, a grandmother. I just want to do what I want to do. That's it. And I am tired of arguing with people, and I do not feel like I need to be competing. Why people want to compete with me? I promise you I'm not trying to compete with nobody. And I do not like the monetization thing. Because y'all see I never changed nothing. Look, I can tell you what I have changed and I don't like it. I don't like being able to go grab a beat and make a song. And I can't do that when I'm monetized. Because I kind of get punished for it. And I don't like being punished. I don't like somebody saying, hey, you did this wrong. Pop, 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 slap me on my head. Hey, I don't like getting emails saying, hey, we saw what you did and you can't get monetized from it. I don't like that. I feel like, I don't like that. I don't like that at all. Most of the videos I've been doing since I'm monetized, they have told me I can't get monetized on all of them because I've not changed much. And I don't like it. You see what I'm saying? I don't like it. So and the only thing I do like, I didn't even see it up. I don't even see my store. I don't see anything showing the shirts or anything that I have. So I don't know how to even see it. Maybe I got to go do a setting to show it. I don't know. You know what I'm saying? So that's the only reason I got the monetization for that. I think I'm gonna let it go. I think I'm gonna let it go. Whatever they owe me, because they do owe me some money, actually some people have been using a little clips of mine, you know what I mean? But they don't owe me that much money. I only got monetized like less than a month ago. A month ago now, maybe? So they don't even owe me much of nothing. I don't like it. So I'm going to get rid of it. Okay? Because I don't want to lose the channel. And I don't even want the idea of losing monetization. I prefer to get rid of something than for somebody to take it from me. I don't know. It's something about that don't jive right when somebody takes something from me. You know what I mean? I don't like that. I'd rather hand that shit to you. Like, here you go. I know I'm not going to do right. It's hard. Here you go. And I give it back to them and be like, here you go, baby. I can't do it. Then them to say, bitch, get that back to me. You don't deserve it. That's what I'm going to say, and to go all the way with you. I want to make some ice cream with my kid. Okay, Lena, that's what we going to do. So on Sundays, I might even start adding some more days. But some of y'all work. You're going to make the best ice cream. It's going to be easy. And you're not going to need a lot of things. Okay? Next Sunday, we'll make some ice cream. Maybe a couple of... And we'll make different kinds. So I'm going to tell you now. But I will tell you I will use my community tab. and tell everybody what to get. It's not going to be a lot that you need. Some whipping cream. If you want some cookies, like let's say you want to make cookies and cream ice cream, right? So you would go and get the type of cookies that you want to put in the ice cream. If you want strawberry ice cream, you'll get you a few strawberries. You know, go get your little pint. I'm not sure how strawberries come. Okay, but you'll get your little thing of strawberries, and I'll show you how to add that in. Oh, you're gonna love that. If you want chocolate, then ice cream, then you're gonna need you some. I have some of that. You're gonna either need what is it called. I have some. I see it. I don't know if I can reach it though. Yeah, I can't reach up here. Ah, let me see. I gotta use the kitchen. Look. Oh no, them too short. Oh, that's chocolate too. I got a longer one. Wait, I'm gonna show it to y'all. I got a stool in here. Hubby bought me a stool for one of my birthdays. I use these to try to reach things in the cabinets, y'all, because I'm too short. And I have a longer one. These, let's see. Anyway, you need cocoa, like cocoa powder. And I got some. No, you wouldn't use it. So this is some instant espresso. I use that for cookies, girl. Ooh, I made some chocolate chip cookies. And I used the cocoa. And I used some of this in it. And them cookies, them chocolate chip cookies was chocolatey and good. You don't need this though. Unless you want to make some, if you want to make some peanut butter cookies, chocolate chip cookies. Get you some espresso if you want to make some chocolate, doubly chocolate. They were good, but they ended up being too sweet. I made them a couple of times. My sons ate them and I never made them again. Yeah. Anyway, I'll let you know. Okay, I'll let y'all know what y'all want, if depending on what y'all want. I miss my dad. We used to make homemade ice cream when I was a kid. I remember. So, okay, so, and I thank you for, you know, I'm glad they help you remind you of your dad. There's a couple of ways to make ice cream. I know how to make both because I do have an ice cream maker, but you're not going to need an ice cream maker. When you make an ice cream, y'all see people be making videos and they say, look, these ice creams don't melt. But the ice cream not melting because they are not the original ice cream. They are really just whipped cream, like what we're gonna make ours. We're gonna whip that cream and then we're gonna add our flavors to it. And that is ice cream today. You don't need an ice cream maker for that. But I also have an ice cream maker, and that's when you make a custard. You make a custard, make it on the stove, and you churn it. That's called churned ice cream. I'm not gonna require y'all. I'm not gonna show y'all how to make that. I can show you how I make it, but you don't have the ice cream maker, so you can't make it that way. So I'm gonna show you how to make it. And your kids gonna be able to make it, cause it's that simple. Okay. You can also make ice cream in a Ziploc plastic bag, baby. Now, or a jar. So I am gonna have a hand mixer. Actually, I don't have a hand mixer. I have a stand mixer. But you can use a hand mixer, a stand mixer. If you don't have neither one of those, then you will have to use something like the glass jar, like a mason jar. Because you're going to you can make your butter the same way we're going to make that cream in the jar. And we just going to shake it up, shake it up, shake it up, shake it up, shake it up. And it will turn into ice cream. Okay. But, so please, you will need some equipment. And that will be either a stand mixer or a hand mixer. I think most people have at least a hand mixer. Okay. The hand mixer is, you know, with the thing with them two little prongs and they turn. I hope because, you know, they changed the name of things. I hope that's what it's still called. Y'all know what I'm talking about? I don't have one. They cheap at Walmart, but I don't have one of those. I used to, and that thing broke. I ain't bought it. Let me see. I'm rambling at this point, to be honest. I'm rambling, but I don't know what them two little things, but it's, you put it in, it turns and whips things. I don't have one of those anymore. You will need that. And to go all the way to ice cream. Hey, Tequila, how you doing? How you doing? Yeah, you whip the cream. So you whip the cream. It will first turn into whipped cream. And you will whip it a little more. You're going to need some vanilla, a little pinch of salt, and whatever flavor. But if you just want vanilla flavor, then bam, that's all you need. You need vanilla extract, pinch of salt, and heavy whipping cream. And that's it. Okay? If you want to add flavors, like you want chocolate, what is called cookies and cream, right? Cookies and cream is made with those cookies with the cream in the middle. What they called? Oreo cookies. Get you a few Oreo cookies. We're going to crumble them up and put them in the ice cream. Then after we mix it all up, fold it all in, we're going to put it in the freezer for a few hours, and then you're going to be able to scoop it up. Okay? And then that's your cookies and cream ice cream. Most people it's not going to last in their freezer because you can eat it right away. Soft serve is almost pretty much as soon as you're done, you got a soft serve. You might put it in there for an hour. In my house, when I make ice cream, well, not today. My kids they don't do that no more. You know, they grown men. Okay? So they're not kids where they run in and they knew mommy was making ice cream. They don't run in and come get the ice cream and tell all their friends while I'm giving out ice cream to everybody. They don't do that no more because they men. And my grandson don't have no friends around here. He not in this neighborhood, okay? I don't think he have friends in neither neighborhood, because he go between two homes every so many days. His friends are all at his school. He meet friends wherever he go. He walks up to kids and tell them, the first thing he say, "My name is Malik. What's yours?" He is so funny. Hey, T. Will, how you been? It's always nice to see you when I see you, my brother. I hope everybody is doing well. Okay, good to see you. I love when y'all stop by and I see y'all and I just be like, okay, he's still living. Cause I think about all y'all when I don't see y'all for a while. I'll be like, I hope he's okay. I hope she's okay. I hope they okay. And then bam. And you know the worst thing about it. How you doing, man? Hey, Perfect. How you doing, Perfect? Y'all, I met Perfect years ago, baby. I'm telling y'all, I know he knows every time I see him, I speak to him because I like to know that y'all still doing well. Y'all still kicking, okay? Still kicking. I ain't ask for nothing. I ain't say, hey, you gotta call me. I'm just like, when I see you, I'll be like, yeah. Anyway, yes, I showed y'all how to make some homemade boutique burgers, okay? I didn't use no oil. I actually used wine, okay? And we made these juicy burgers. This one for my husband, because it's double. And these two are for me. And I'm going to eat one now, and I'm going to eat one later, okay? That's how I usually eat. I eat small little chunks, okay? So he going to eat this in no time. Okay, and I did put cheese on it. I shouldn't have put cheese on both of mine because I am lactose intolerant. Sometimes. Sometimes I do great and sometimes I do real bad. Okay, sometimes my digestive system do real bad. Do real bad. And then I suffer for it. And then the next time I won't eat it. And then sometimes I'm still going to eat the cheese because I can't lie. Cheese make everything taste better. Y'all know it. I know it. Y'all know it and I know it. I'm really about to start handling my wine. So I'm about to clean up the kitchen real quick. And if y'all want to check out me doing the wine, because I have to, I'm want to do some cranberry wine. I want to start that. And I have to handle these cherry wines. I got to do something with them. And then And see this one? See this right here? This is a wine in the making. I'm about to fix, and I'm about to make this into a, so this is, I turned water into wine. So that's water. I know it has that color because I added a little cap of lemon juice in it. Okay, so this, and I'm going to measure it to see what percentage of alcohol. Watch when I turn that cap. Well, I'm going to do that. I'm going to do that. I'm going to restart. I'm going to hurry up and go give hubby his burger so we can eat. And then when I come back, I'm going to go live like this again, and I will be dealing with the wine. See how this container is puffed out? You probably can't tell, but it is. It's because all that pressure that's in there. Okay, well, I'm going to open it now. I'm going to just crack it. Okay, yeah. And I let the air out of it. Okay, show y'all how. I showed y'all already how to make water into wine. But let me tell you what happens when you turn water into wine. You're able to make whatever wines you want, like this one. Like that one. That is, it didn't come out to be exactly a gallon, so I put it in that. Here's the extra. Here's the extra of that. So this is I'm not sure if this is a half a gallon. I think that's a half a gallon. So I had this half a gallon, and this was the extra. So I put it in here. Okay, and then I put it in the refrigerator to clear it up. And it tastes really good. So how did I make this wine? Hey, Miss Sunkiss, I saw your message yesterday, girl. I was in the bed. I said, okay. And I was about to come. And then I remember waking up this morning. I'm so sorry. I said, okay. And then I got in the shower. That's what happened. I got in the shower. And when I got out, I saw your message. I said, okay. I saw you message me. I said, okay. I laid down. I grabbed my phone, and I woke up this morning, girl. I woke up maybe about 4 a.m. Okay, so this wine here used to look like this wine. And then I added a flavor to it. And I added blue raspberry Kool-Aid to that water and turned this. This is now wine, okay? I'll be able to let y'all know what the percentage is. This one turned out to be a little less than 10% alcohol. It's actually 10% it's like 9.67, something like that, percent alcohol. Okay? I'm gonna measure this one. When my starting gravity was at 1.120. That would have put it at about 14%. So I gotta measure it, see where it landed, and then that's when I'll be able to know. If it landed directly here, then it's 14% alcohol in this. But if it didn't land there and it's under, then I gotta do the subtraction. I gotta do the math to figure out what percentage it is. Hey, TMKC. Okay, so once I do the math, I'll then know what percentage it is, and then from there I'll add my flavor into it. People gonna love this wine. It's a sweet. So this one I started at 1.10, 1.100. This one started at. It did not go all the way dry. It landed at 1.020. I didn't do the math yet. Oh yeah, I did do the math. That's why I know where it's at. It didn't make it to 10% exactly, but it's close to 10% alcohol. Okay. So I'm gonna take the measurements. We're gonna see where it's at, and then I'm gonna make this into. I think I might do this black cherry, baby. We're gonna have a black cherry one, or I can do a watermelon wine, or I can do a cherry wine. Okay. So listen, making wine. Look, I ain't even got no special equipment. I ain't got no special equipment. I'll show you how to make this. That's all you need is a jug. Make sure you got a top. Get sugar and yeast. And then you could get your Kool-Aids later because you're going to add the flavor later. Try that. I'm trying to get y'all to try something that is easy and cheap to make without any equipment. But that's only if you drink alcohol, okay? If you don't drink alcohol, if you have a problem with alcohol, please don't start doing this, okay? I don't want to turn alcoholics back into alcoholics. If you used to drink and you don't drink no more, don't start this hobby, okay? But it's not illegal to make wine, by the way. But it is illegal for me to sell it. I think so. In America, we are able to make, I think I'm able to make like 100 and something gallons of wine per year per adult. It's something like that. It's a lot of wine you can make, but it's per the adult. I can actually make a lot more than that because I got 4 adults in this house. Okay? And I already have like 10 gallons of different wines popping off in this house. I got 2 hibiscus. I got a banana wine. I had 4 water wines that I'm about to finish off and make them. Most of them, I try to make a gallon, but see, it's not a full gallon because I needed some headspace. So when it turns to this portion that I'm about to do, I need at least to have less headspace. Okay. Oh yeah, the banana wine. Let me show you. Don't remember me making it? I thought you was over here. And it looked all creamy. It looked dirty. Let me show you what it looked like now though. I have some in the refrigerator. It was from bananas. Look how clear. Now to see the bottom on the sediment. This is the extra. The other, the gallon is upstairs, aging. This wine came out really strong. It's almost like alcohol, like liquor, strong. Okay, it's somewhere in the, I got a blueberry and this one, it came out real strong. The alcohol is very prevalent. It's something like, one is like 15% alcohol. The other one is like 16% alcohol. I don't know. Look, I might be wrong. Either one is 14 and the other is 15, or one is 15 and the other is 16. So I don't have it written down here, but it is written down on the main 1 gallon. It's strong. You love banana? Everything is strawberry and peach. I want to make I don't have a peach wine yet. I don't have any peaches in there. Do I have peaches in there? No, I do have strawberries. I have a berry, frozen fruits in the freezer. I have some watermelon in the freezer that I put in there so I can make wine with. But I have some cranberries that I want to take care of. I have this one going right now that I got to take care of. This is cherries. And the one in this bucket, is also cherry. 2 pounds of cherry. You see, it stopped so I can take care of it today. Okay. I have my refrigerator wide open. That's crazy. So yeah, this is cherry and it's done. There's no more bubbles going on. So that means alcohol. Now, if I did add, I don't remember if I add sugar to this. I gotta look at the note. I'm gonna test the percentage of the alcohol and then I'm gonna make some decisions on what I'm gonna do with it today. Okay. I'm either gonna sit it back, let it age, or I may throw some sugar in it and see if it'll continue. Okay. Hey, Bomb, I sent you a Cash App on one of these wines. Oh, thank you. Ones that send some nightish, huh? Wait a minute. On those wine ones that send. Wait, I don't know what you meant, babe. You got to type it again. So I could, wait, let me read it again. Maybe Hey, Bomb, I sent you a Cash App. When you sent me a Cash App, was it recent? I ain't getting no Cash App. You said on one of those wine ones. And that sent some nightish. You gotta rewrite it. Okay, you said I was asking on a super chat that you send some. Sent to. It was like a week ago. Let me go. I don't think you must be sending it. Ended. I didn't mean to do that. I was about to look. Okay. Did I send you Did I send your heart back? Cause I usually. Oh, I did. And you asked me to send it to Nightish. Anyway, we'll talk. I gotta go bring this burger to hubby. I'm gonna have to put it in the. I'm gonna put it in the air fryer now, y'all. It got a little cool on me. I'm gonna put it in the air fryer real quick. And then I'm gonna take it up to him, and I'm gonna come back and start the wine. I don't like. Hubby was up there asleep, y'all. I want to surprise him, okay? Cause he usually come down and make breakfast. He's the one who make the bacon. He know how to do his eggs. He cook eggs better than I do. Cause he know how to make one egg into a lot of eggs. And I'll be down here, girl, cooking like 8 eggs for 2 people. Just I be wondering how people buy 1 egg, and when you come back, they got a whole omelet. And when I make 1 egg, it be looking like it's so little. I'll be like, oh no, I need like 3, 4 eggs. Like, girl. Now that would be good, huh? Egg on a burger. Sunny side up, girl. Sunny side. Put a sunny side up egg on here. And right when he ready to eat it, he split it open and let that juice. Hell yeah. Y'all, I used to think that was disgusting. My dad used to eat sunny side egg. And I used to be like, oh my God, Dad, why are you eating that raw? And then one day, I made some eggs and I didn't fry it all the way through. I don't know what the hell I was doing. It was like a little part that wasn't all the way cooked done. And it was so flavorful. And I was like, wait a minute. What's this? I was like, yeah, now I add some milk. When I add milk, that's the only way I could do it. I could make 1 egg into more egg. Hubby don't add no milk, girl. It be just straight egg. He know how, so what he does, he make it run on the skillet. Then he flip it. And it be plump. Mine be all, I don't be knowing. I don't know, girl. But anyway, look, we're going to continue to tell him he make eggs better than me so he could continue. Wait, is he here? So he could continue making the breakfast, okay, girl? We ain't gonna never learn how to make that eggs like hubby make them, girl. We're gonna let that be his job. Okay? Hey, baby, you make the best breakfast. You make the best breakfast. That yolk be good. Yes, it do. I was like, wait a minute. I was like, oh, snap. It's so flavorful. I used to, so I started making, I use egg to make egg and rice. Y'all ever ate egg and rice? You have some cooked rice, you put it in a skillet. It's like these Chinese people rice. But mine be better. Yours will be better too. Them people don't even add eggs to they shit no more. They want to charge you. Every time I be like, well, can you add an egg? That'll be $1.50. $1.50 for 1 egg, lady. And I usually be wanting 2. That's $3. $3. I said $3 for 2 eggs. 2 eggs. I'm like, lady, I could go buy a dozen eggs. You talking about $3 for 2 eggs? I'm gonna show y'all how to make them. Look, some of y'all gonna say them poor dishes, but if you try it, listen, when you hungry in the middle of the day or the night, and you just got some eggs and you got some rice, you gonna make you a meal. If you got some canned vegetables, up in your cabinets, you gonna make you some stir-fried rice. It's not gonna be stir-fried, but it will be better. You ain't gotta add no MSG, no soy sauce. You gonna just have you some butter, some eggs, and some rice. Okay? And then you can put them vegetables in there. And then you got you a whole meal. Okay? You got you a whole meal. Try it. It's good for the family. You got your starches, you got your veggies, you got, you know what I mean? And you got some flavor. You put some salt and pepper, whatever flavors you want on that shit, and that shit be banging. Them egg. So what happens, the eggs coat the rice. You know how, egg fried rice and all that stuff, that is old rice. You ever get it? You buy it and the next day you can't even eat it. You can't really microwave it. It's still stale. So the only way to eat it again the next day, you gotta put it in a pot and throw some egg on top of it, and then you can get it to revive it that way. You else to make your own rice. Just make your little pot of rice, steam you some rice, and add your own, add some eggs to it, add a can of vegetables to it, if you like vegetables. If you don't like vegetables, don't put no vegetables. Add some meat to it if you want to. If you want some shrimp to it, some chicken to it, you know what I mean? You could buy the chicken that people be buying that's already roasted and chop it all up and put it in there, and you got a whole meal. Okay? It's so many things we not doing no more that we used to do. Okay? Let me see. My son be saving rice from dinner to make his individual fried rice. I know that's right, but he ain't gotta make it old. Like, that's how they do it. But it don't really add no flavor. So he can use fresh rice, because I make fried rice. I cook the rice and then I throw it right into a wok. And then I add things that they don't add, because they don't really flavor their food like us. It's really, all this shit is really soy sauce. Even their chicken that might be cat. We like them fried chicken wings from the Chinese place. I think we eating fried cat. Okay, them motherfuckers already had me eating dog, and I didn't even know it. I didn't even know it, y'all. I done ate some dog, and it was good. Okay, it was with some gravy, girl. But it was with a lot of soy sauce. It's a lot of soy sauce. Okay, or sweet and sour sauce. She said, "Oh, you know Chinese food. Make fresh rice and mix it all together the same day." Yes, hell yeah. What? Yeah, that's. Don't we eat fresh rice? We eat rice. Well, Southerners eat rice just as much as Chinese. I ain't never know what Chinese ate, because I ain't never seen no Chinese food until I was grown. Okay, I ain't never had no Chinese food as a child ever. Ever, not ever. So then when I see that they cook rice, I'm like, we eat rice. So I bought some, when I became adult. So walked into a place I never seen. They were selling everything with rice. I was like, oh shit, this is how we cook down south. Their dishes is our dishes, except they don't know how to really season their dish. So the way they season their dish is with soy sauce. Soy sauce, MSG, which, by the way, MSG is actually accent. You know that it's accent. That's the name of the brand. ACCENT. That's MSG. Okay. It's a type of salt. It adds flavor, but what adds flavor? Salt adds flavor. Okay. So you don't need the MSG. They call it MSG, and we already been using that shit. Okay. We don't use soy sauce because we make gravies. You see, and soy sauce come in a jar or a box or packets, and we make gravy from flour and butter and or oil, and we add the flavoring for whatever meats we cooking, and so when people be talking about I'm going to get some Chinese food, I'm like, I don't have no problem going to get no Chinese food when I don't want to cook. Okay, soy sauce, MSG, aka accent salt, and sugar. There you go. TM Casey know what the hell she talking about. When I learned they cook cats and dogs, I was like, hell no, I won't be eating that. Yeah, listen, I'm not trying to down the people food, because they learned how to survive in their area with what was going on. You know, that it depends on if we talking about Koreans. You know, they had lots of wars going on, and they had to eat what they had to eat. You know what I'm saying? So I ain't even shitting on them. But keep your cats and your dogs away from their restaurants, though. Don't let them motherfuckers stroll off somewhere and be in the back close to them, because they got some darts with poison on them. They ain't gonna be no gunshot or nothing. They gonna blow in a straw, and that dart gonna hit that motherfucking pet in the neck, and that dog and that cat gonna just fall over. Bam! And then they gonna grab it, put it in a bag, and take it to the back and fry him or her up. Your little pet is gone. And it's okay, because if you buy a dish that day, then you gonna be forever with your pet, because it's gonna be in your belly button. It's gonna be in your guts, okay? What's going on, King? How you doing, baby? I love fried pineapples with onions. I learned that, what I had fried pineapples on. Oh, no, it wasn't fried. I one day had a Hawaiian pizza. I never tried. I always thought that was weird. I'm like, why are people putting pineapples on pizza? Until one day, girl, you know I was greedy at work, girl. They ordered different type of pizzas for us at work. And by the time I went in there, all they had was this pineapple pizza shit. And I was like, I don't eat this, but I was greedy, girl. So I grabbed a slice. I grabbed a slice and bit into it. And I was like, oh, snap. Wait a minute. And then I went back to the break room and got me another slice, girl. I went in back and got me another slice. Listen, I be saying I don't like shit that I ain't never tried. That's why I tell people, look, try it at least once. Keep your mind open just for a tad bit. But I ain't talking about our pets, though. Not no cats and dogs. I ain't telling you to do that, okay? That damn pizza was good. And so y'all know I make homemade pizzas. I showed y'all to make pizza dough, okay? We could do some pizza too. We could, if y'all want to do pizza. Some of y'all wasn't here with me when I was showing y'all how to make pizza dough, but the only reason I haven't made pizza in a year, my kids got tired. We was making homemade pizza every Friday, like clockwork, every Friday for like 2 years. And then when I would continue to make them, and they wasn't eating them no more. So I was like, okay, they don't want pizza no more. They don't want pizza no more, so I stopped making pizza. But you can make a dough. And if you make your dough, it's going to be better than any pizza you buy, including the fancy pieces. And, yeah. The longer you let the dough ferment, the better it tastes. The better it'll become sweet after a while. But I usually say you let it ferment, you let it rise for at least, 4 hours. Mix it up. Put it in the bowl, sit it in the oven. Just let it sit in the oven, a warm place or a warm, dark place. Cover it and let it just do its thing. It only takes like 10 minutes to do whatever you need to do to it. And then it takes a couple of hours just doing it, whatever it's going to do by itself. You don't even touch it no more. And then when you go in there ready to make the pizza, you go punch the dough down. And then you roll it out. And then you put all your toppings on it. Okay? Mr. Bomb food has gone cold. I know. Let me stick it in this. He was asleep, y'all. I'm going to put it in the air fryer real quick. Wait, I need a nap. Hey, babe. Look, that's him, y'all. You okay? I made your burger. He said, mm-hmm. You want to put it in the air fryer to warm it up? Huh? Huh? No? Okay. Shh, don't tell him. Don't tell him it was... Look, I made it an hour ago. How long I've been live? Oh, my God. Has it been 2 hours? 60? Oh, my God. I've been on here for 2 hours. Man. It didn't take no 2 hours to make these burgers neither, y'all. I start rambling and then that's it. It's over. Okay? I'm going to get off here, though. I'm glad y'all came over. I am going to be doing more things like this. I think maybe once a week, twice a week. I'll tell y'all what I'm gonna make. Y'all can make it with me, or y'all can follow after the fact. I'll make it short enough so if you want to follow, you don't have to go through like 2 hours. You know what I mean? Or me rambling. Okay? He just came in the kitchen, y'all. Hold up. You good, babe? And but on Sundays, what we gonna do? We gonna make Lena. I think Lena said some ice cream. We're gonna make some homemade ice cream. I will make sure I put it on the what they call that thing? Community tab. What you need. And I want to teach because I think we in America, y'all. Things about to crash. Okay, these people gonna be able to control us through food because if we don't know how to cook and make our own snacks and stuff, we're gonna have to always go to them. And we gotta teach our kids at least, hey, it's okay to go buy ice cream, but you got the big one, right? Yeah. You want some money, babe? No. You staying out here? I'm gonna go up there. Stay upstairs. Huh? I can stay up there. Okay. I'll be going upstairs, y'all. So he took his burger. You want no mayonnaise on it? No. I did custom it. I toasted the bun with butter, baby. He gonna like it. Yeah, so that's what I'm gonna do on Sundays. Or Saturdays. I could do something on Saturday and Sunday. We'll figure it out. But I don't want to make like this. See, I did the cooking up front. So that way, right in the beginning, everything I did, y'all can follow it. Even if you see that it's 3 hours long, it did not take me 3 hours to make the burger. You see what I'm saying? Go to the front, follow, and do bam. And then I start rambling. You ain't got to look at the whole video. Maybe I'll piece it down too. I could go and start editing. I don't really like doing things like that. I just want to be me. I want to be great. Like Brownie say, I just want to be great. And I don't want to edit. I want to be the real me, authentically me. I don't want to play like I'm I don't want to start speaking perfect English, which I can change my voice and my diction, okay? I can really do that in many ways if I wanted to, but I don't, okay? And I don't want to have to get dressed and be beautiful in front of the camera. I don't want to do none of that. I just want to share my knowledge. I don't have no daughters, right? And my sister, look, I can't teach her nothing because everything I know, she know. And she might know more than me because she lived with my parents longer than I did, you know. I left as soon as I turned. Look, I was gone. Bam! I went pew! As soon as I turned old enough to as soon as I graduated. I joined the army. My parents had to sign to let me into the army. Okay? Because I wasn't 18 yet. And so they had to sign. As soon as I got old enough to pew, I was gone. And so I got the hell up out of Louisiana, baby. And I love my state, you know what I'm saying? I like the culture and things, but I had to get the hell up out there. You know, the strange shit that be happening. I be hearing all the stories. I got cousins. I ain't gonna tell y'all. It's none of y'all business. Okay? I'll tell you one day, though. You know, because I always talk, baby. I do a lot of talking. But some of the shit I be hearing going on back home. I'm finding out my 2 cousins dating each other. What? How the hell you? I like, they first cousins. They don't care. Like, what? What are you talking about? I got the hell up out of there real quick. Everybody I had a crush on, well, not everybody, but who lived in my area, who I went to high school with, I go sit on the porch with my grandmother. Boy, she was the source of information, but I was slick with it. I'll be slick with it. I sit on the porch, and I'll say, Grandma, you know any Greens? She said, yeah, those are your cousins. She would be so quick. I said, look, Granny, you know any Grays? Oh, yeah, those your cousins. Oh, damn. Granny, you know You know any whites? Oh, yeah, but they not your cousins. But they cousins of your cousins. And I said, wait a minute. So they cousins of my cousins, but they not my cousin? And she's like, yeah. And then she'll go into how, right? She'll say, my sister Elizabeth, she got some sons and some daughters, and her daughters married so-and-so into the white family. And so your cousin is married into the white family, but the whites are not your family member. And then so I started dating him, okay? I started, and look, I'm like, okay, Granny, thank you. She was the source of information, okay? That's why my mom wanted to leave Louisiana. Yes, everybody related. All the colors except them whites. But by now, them whites are family members into marriage still. We got the greens, the whites, not the whites, the greens, the grays. Who else? Greens and grays, not the whites. I don't know any blacks, okay? And then when we start going into them Creole names, Pierre, LeGroux, Thibodeau, like we could go on and on and on them. And that's when shit get real complex, okay? And that's just on one side of my family. We go to the other side of the family, and my grandfather was still on my dad's side of the family. My grandma was a Rolling Stone, okay? She was a Rolling Stone. On my mama's side of the family, shit, my grandpa was a Rolling Stone, okay? But at least when the woman is the Rolling Stone, you know who everybody is, because they be having the babies, you know? You know for sure them the mamas. You might not know who the daddies is, but you sure know who the mamas is, okay? you sure know who the mamas is. And on the other side, my grandpa, man, Jesus Christ. It's something else what you learn when you become an adult about your grandparents. And ain't nothing you could... I learned something. I think I already told you what I learned about my grandfather. And I don't even know how to think of it. You know what I'm saying? It's like, damn. And I also be thinking, like, what to think about my grandmother. Because if she was alive, I sure would ask her. You know? I would ask her, like... And I guess I would ask her. I would ask her. But anyway, I'm gone, y'all. Because I need to eat my one burger. The other one, I'm going to save it for later. But I'm going to do some wine. But I need to clean up all this mess, okay? This wine is done. This wine is that. See how clear it is? But see, the bottom is set. And so I have to get a bottle. Oh, my phone about to die. Anyway, that's how I always end up getting off here. My phone died. Okay? It's about to die. So I'll see y'all later. Thank y'all for coming as always. Who going live? Is Sunkiss you going live so everybody could come by you? Or somebody might be alive already. I don't know. But I'll see y'all later. Thank